Good morning. How are you? I can't see your mouth, so can you wave? Hey. Good to see you all. So, we're going to simplify this, and the response will always be, let me love in a holy, holy way. So no matter what I say, you'll say, let me love in a holy, holy way. That's easy, right? Yeah? Okay. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fell.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fell.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a
holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me walk each day a little kinder.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me walk each day a little kinder.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fell. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kev Choice and Omega Ray. Good morning. My name is Zoe DeMuro. I am the president of the Board of Trustees here at the Oakland Center, and I asked for this time so I could just say a couple of words. I want you to look around. I want you to look around at this incredible building. I want you to look around at our grounds. You came in through that beautiful entranceway, through those beautiful gardens, into this exquisite place with this wonderful stained glass. But you know what, folks? That is not the Oakland Center. You are the Oakland Center. You are the ones that brought this place to where we are today. When we look around, we see the work that has been done. It was done with love. It was done with compassion. It was done with passion. It was done with energy. Everything that we have accomplished over the past several years has been because we have come together as a community. We brought together people to create a covenant. We brought together people to do a search. We brought together people to understand, to explore, to get a sense of who our candidates were. And we found our next spiritual leader. Now, here's the thing. When I was a kid, I was taught the two magic words, please and thank you. I want to start with the thank you first. And I have to start with our ecclesiastical leader, Reverend Jerry. And of course, all of the people that put together that covenant, the people that were on our search committee, the people on the board, the people who came to all of the workshops, who viewed all of the various Q&As, and all of that, all of the people who voted, the people who came together to be the Oakland Center, to bring our next greatest existence, if you will. So I thank all of you. And since I did the thank yous, now it's time for a please. But you'll like this one. I will invite you to please welcome our new senior minister, Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman.
Thank you all. I couldn't miss this opportunity for us to ground together today. It just made so much sense to me, especially since I wasn't speaking and I was available. So this just seemed like a wonderful, what Zoe called pop-up. And I just wanted to offer my thanks. Don't worry, I'm going to enjoy your sermon and the rest of the service. But I really just wanted to, and hi out there, live stream land, our online folks, I wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you for your vote of confidence in me and in us, whether you voted for me or not. I mean, we had, as Zoe said, such a robust candidating process. I had the best time. I really, really did. And I was prepared for whomever the next spiritual leader is. So for it to be me, I am just overjoyed. I really am. And I add my thanks to Zoe's. Reverend Jerry, you've always been so gracious, and I've known Jerry for so long. And she, in her style, sent me an email before my candidating weekend saying, we welcome you here at the center and good luck. Just like Jerry. So thank you so much for that, and everyone who put it all together. And as Zoe mentioned, and let me just say, and I won't go on and on, you know, you give a minister a mic and we can do that. There's so much that I want to say. And it takes us. It's not just me, it's us. And I'm glad to be a part of the team. There's so many leaders here. Y'all have held up this community, as Zoe said, for the last several years with grace. I won't even say ease and grace, because I don't know if it was with ease. Some of it was difficult and challenging, and you did it. And listen, this community, as all spiritual communities, thrives on volunteers. There's a small staff, but most everyone else is a volunteer. So this has all been with love. So I don't want you, I just take a breath, and when I come on board, and we're gonna get right back in there and take it to the next level. So thank you, everybody, and I'm just so honored and humbled. Deep bow.
Tough act to follow. You're going to have to deal with me. Now I can officially announce that we're beginning the service. Thank you, Zoe, for that, and thank you, Reverend Michelle Sunshine. We're looking forward to it. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Anthony. I am your host for this morning. I'm also the secretary on the Board of Trustees. And just to add to all the praises and the thank yous that have been going on, I was on the New Ministers Search Committee. I'm also on the Board of Trustees. And I want to acknowledge the work we did on the New Ministers Search Committee. It's been about a year and a month. And as Reverend Michelle Sunshine said, grace, definitely. The ease part, well, anyway. I want to name the names of us on the committee. Linda Wyman, Bonnie Gonzalez, Louis Thompson, Beth Van Arkel, Susan Urquhart Brown, Dorothy Mendez, Elke Moritz, and myself. And a great honor and privilege to be on that team and that group to put this all together. Okay, now I can welcome us officially. Welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. And a special welcome to those of you who are here for the first time. Is anyone here for the first time? Yes, lady in the blue coat over there. There's a welcoming packet of information we're going to be giving you. And also, Reverend Michelle Sunshine said hello to the live streamers. Thank you for joining us whenever you will watch us. And make sure, if you haven't, make sure you sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can learn about all the fun things we do, all the activities we have here at the center. So now at this point in our service, as most of you know, we acknowledge the children. We're going to have a slide with our prayer for the children. There we are. Okay, let's read it together. We bless all our children in our community and the world. We love you. We see you. We know the truth of who you are. You are a unique expression of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives, and so it is. So this morning, we are very pleased and honored to have Reverend Jacqueline Edwards with us. She will be sharing the topic, Roots and Wings. That's a great title. It's not roots or wings. It's roots to get grounded and wings to fly. That's what I'm going to hear. Looking forward to it. Okay, then next Wednesday, November 9th, we have Sam Lydian, who will present ideas on HOME, H-O-M-E, that's an acronym. The meditation will be at 6:30 and the service at 7 p.m. Again, all our Wednesday night services are by Zoom. We're going to continue with that. Practitioner Emeritus K. Suzanne Massey from East Bay Church of Religious Science is offering a workshop. It's called Transform, Step by Step on the Labyrinth, on Sunday, November 20th, that's the Sunday before Thanksgiving, from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Where? On the labyrinth, of course. We have a labyrinth in the foyer in the back of the sanctuary. The cost is $25. Sign up on the class page of the website or from the Village News. The Village News is the weekly newsletter we get on Thursdays. Reverend Catherine Sachs is having her class, Writing from the Soul. It started on November 1st. It goes through till December 6th. You can still sign up on the website on the class. For details of all upcoming events, workshops, and classes, please go to the Thursday Village News or the Oakland, it's the website, oaklandcsl.org, or the welcome table in the courtyard. The rotating slideshow before and after the service, we're having a rotating slideshow that tells you about our activities. And also check out our beautifully redesigned website. Okay, then now we will have our mission statement. You can read it along with us, please. The vision of Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. And lastly, don't forget you can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook for special updates and content only you'll find by liking and subscribing to OCSL. So if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, hit like and subscribe, as they say. Thank you very much. Have a good week.
Thank you, Anthony, and everyone. I'm Judith Roberts. I'm a licensed practitioner here, and I'm your pulpit assistant this morning. I'd like to begin with 2 readings and invite you to close your eyes and take this into your heart. Wake up. Your word is all-powerful. Your consciousness is one of omnipotence. Your thought is infinite. Your destiny is eternal. And your home is everlasting heaven. Realize the truth. And that was Ernest Holmes. And for the second reading, love begins at home. Mother Teresa. So take a breath with me as we move into prayer, knowing that this is the breath of the One. This is the breath of life. This is the breath of the Creator of all, the one that has created each and every one of us. And that Creator is right here and right now, with its love, with its compassion, with its grace and its balance. And that as we move into our service today, that presence guides this service, guiding the words of Reverend Jacqueline as she shares her wisdom with us about roots and wings, guiding the effort and the service of all who participate in this service, including our wonderful musicians. Enhancing and growing the love in this sanctuary with those all who are online, with those who watch this service later as a recording, growing the love in the world as it emanates out from each one of our hearts, as we are enriched, as we grow, as we deepen in the essence of that presence, in the essence of the One that permeates all, that permeates the world, that permeates this sanctuary as we sit here right now today, that permeates our homes as we sit in our homes. It is the One, it is divine, and it is within. And so I give thanks for this day and this service. And I know that this is so. And please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen. And now I'd like to introduce Omega Ray and Kev Joyce. Thank you again.
shall not be moved. I shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. Oh, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved, climbing Jacob's ladder. I shall not be moved, climbing Jacob's ladder. I shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. On my way to heaven, I shall not be moved. On my way to heaven, I shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. On my way to freedom, I shall not be moved. On my way to freedom, I shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. Oh. On my way to justice, I shall not be moved. On my way to justice, I shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. On my way to freedom, I shall not be moved. On my way to freedom, I shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. I shall not be moved. No, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. I shall not
I shall not be moved. They did it again, these two. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. So I'm Reverend Jerry, and it's really great to see you all today. Today is particularly a very special day. And it's special because we have an amazing guest speaker who's really not a guest. I'll tell you about that later. And we have Reverend Sunshine Michelle here. And I heard a little birdie say that it's her birthday. Maestro? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, and how nice to have a Sunday to just be, yes? So, back to our speaker today, Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards, a fabric of this community, no doubt. In so many ways, she's spoken and she's imbued us with her wisdom, and she's brilliant, and I love her dearly. I'm so excited because, you know, she's been teaching our advanced consciousness or professional practitioner studies, and that's winding down term 1. So she's been very active and busy behind the scenes here as well as up on the pulpit. So I know that we are truly blessed, and I know her bio's this big, so it would take me a long, long time to read it all, but just know that we are graced with such an amazing minister this day, Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious, my goodness gracious. Omega Ray. Where are you? Sister girl. I'm torn between, don't do that to me, because I'm getting ready to get up here. I can't be all teary and carrying on. That's not, you know, professional and all that. And just thank you. Just thank you, just thank you. She delivered some parts of this talk in that song, and she delivered it in the invitation for us to embrace where we came from as we celebrate where we're going, right? So once upon a time, we had to use the language that we have. I'm going to put it in that context. And we use the language that we have. So when I say, like a tree planted by the water, I shall not be moved, that means that there is a way, and there are ways in which that place that I come from, in my heart, in my spirit, in my mind, and in the context of wings and roots, in my coming up in the world, there is something about that that is immovable. There is something about that that carries me through, that takes me over, that leads me to the place that is uniquely, divinely, perfectly, and impeccably mine to be. And my not being moved is I am not moving from my spiritual anchor. If we take that tree as being our metaphorical anchor, trees have roots. We're talking about roots and wings today, yes? Trees have roots, and roots go deep. The tree that was in the slide that was shown, the oak tree, the tree that the city of Oakland holds as its mascot, has deep roots. Deep, deep, deep roots, and yet the branches reach way, way, way out. And they reach out in numerous powerful and wonderful ways. They reach out in the ways that we have sent all of our babies out into the world. Because again, when we're talking about roots, right? We're talking about how we started our babies. We're talking about the things that we fed them, both in terms of the nutritional values, but more importantly, and I do say more importantly, because they say water and air are the only two things you actually need to keep going, right? More importantly, we fed them with that spiritual anchor. So when we bring up our prayer for our children, and if you could do that, leave that there for a moment. Somebody called me, I'm digressing but not. Somebody called me and said, "Did you see the picture they put up?" And I looked at that picture and I just laughed, because that is actually one of my favorite pictures of myself. And like your new Reverend Sunshine Michelle Coleman, calling her all of her names, I too am a Scorpio. And in some of the traditions, the eagle is one of the animal symbols for the scorpion. So I was just tickled when I saw that. I was just tickled. I went, okay, let's do this. I do like to, and I am going to pray myself in, and I think I'll do it right now, because there are some other things and places I want to go, but I want to confirm, affirm, and just declare from my heart, that Omega's just opened wide up, and then Kevin just brought it along with the keyboards. I just want to declare from my heart that what I know and know that I know is that God, the good to which there is no opposite, Oludumare, is winding itself in, through, and as each one of us, again, be we physically present in the room or on the live stream. On the live stream today or on the live stream some other day in the future. God is all there is, and there's only one conversation going on here. So it is with an attitude of gratitude for that conversation and for each one of our pieces in it that I simply say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I release this word and continue this talk, and so it is. Ashe, amen, amen, aho. And I invite you to join me in saying, and so it is. Yes, 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 yes. And roots and wings. So there is the way in which, as individuals, ideally, we are rooted in and through our childhood. There is this ideal, right? And I'm talking a little bit about the creative process now. When we look at that V that's part of our teaching symbol, and as you're facing it, when you're looking at that upper left side of the V, that's where the creative process starts. And that is where the ideal is. So in the ideal, there is this concept that we're born into wonderful, loving families, and they each give us everything that we need to grow and prosper. Yes and no. Yes, we actually always, and in always get everything that we need to grow and prosper. And no, it is not always cute, it's not always pretty, it's not always comfortable, it's not always in a nice, warm, cozy place. It's just simply not always all of that. And it is in those times when we are growing in what we call our socialization period, right? That when we are growing up, that we are forming our values, that we are forming the ideas that are going to grow in, through, and as us and lead us as we walk through the world. And as we can see, when we look around the world, when we look around at some of the material conditions in the world, everybody did not have an anchoring that made them feel loved, supported, cared for, valued, cherished, any of those things that we individually, really, and collectively deem to be important. The Center for Nonviolent Communications has a needs inventory. And on this needs inventory, they've divided it up into areas: connection, physical well-being, honesty, play, peace, autonomy, and meaning. And under each of those categories, there are things like acceptance under connection. In order for us to feel connected, we need to feel accepted. There's belonging. Do we have a sense of belonging to something greater than ourselves? Now, that includes belonging to community, and it includes belonging to the universe. Do I feel that I am a part of this thing called life? Do I feel that I have a role in it? Now, I'm going to just talk about myself for a little bitty minute and say that I wasn't really feeling that. I wasn't feeling that for good parts of my life, that I had a role. I wasn't feeling that, not from my family, because we had a loving, supportive, fabulous family. I say looking back, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, right? But what I'm saying is that we always knew that our parents loved us. We always knew, even when, and I'm going to use my dad because he was the one that said no most often, that even when he was telling me no, I couldn't have the thing that I really knew that I needed to fit in. We're talking about belonging, right? And acceptance. And Lord knows when you're in those years of preteen and teenager, acceptance is important, right? So it was my dad that said, no, you can't have the leather jacket, you can't have the Fred Braun shoes, you can't have. So in that moment, I may not have felt so loved, right? But when I was a teenager, I'm telling on myself now, and I think the statute of limitations has passed, so y'all can't do nothing about it. But when I was a teenager and calling myself a budding revolutionary and got involved with some people that somehow or another caused the FBI to come to my house. See, I told you I was going to tell you something. It was my dad. It was my dad that said, get out of my house. It was my dad that said, no, that's not my baby that you're talking about. It was my dad that said, not on my watch. Okay, so we're talking about love, we're talking about acceptance, we're talking about the ways in which we're loved, and in some ways we're talking about discipline. This share would not be complete if I did not tell you that the very next time he saw me, he had some words that weren't necessarily kind for me. And as a little postscript, I absolutely was not doing what they told my parents I was doing, just so you know that too. We're talking about acceptance, connection, safety, security, stability, physical well-being. Now, this physical well-being is a place where right now, for a lot of our babies, a lot of our children, and a lot of us, a lot of adult people, that's not happening. That's not happening. And we see that. We see it despite our attempts to hide it. I was driving down Broadway the other day in front of Kaiser Hospital, and I noticed that Mosswood Park has been cleared of all the tents that were there because we don't want to see it, because we don't want to know that there are people who are having some really difficult times in life. Honesty, which includes authenticity, integrity, and presence, being present. Play, These are needs. We have a need to play, a need to have fun, peace, autonomy, and under autonomy is freedom. And I'm coming right back to, I shall not be moved. I'm standing in my freedom. I'm standing in my freedom and in my independence and in my spontaneity, in my ability to take what is happening in the moment, to follow the agenda, and then suddenly do something else. To take what has been laid out as the way, in the same way and ways in which what do I want to call them? Well, the documents are many. They fall under the category of the laws of the land, in the same ways in which there have been laws of the land that significantly restricted the goings abouts of some of us. There came a point where most of us said we're done with that, and we're going to have some new laws in the land, right? And to the degree that it reflects spontaneity, it reflects spontaneity because what it actually reflects is a synchronicity of consciousness. It reflects our collectively arriving at a place where we recognize and realize that we are better than this, that we are more than this, that in this idea of oneness, that I cannot be whole. I cannot experience autonomy. I cannot experience belonging. I cannot experience love and watch my sisters and brothers be tied up in all the kinds of ways, tied up because they can't move in this particular neighborhood, tied up because they can't come into the country because there's a law that says if you look like this, you can't come into the country, tied up because they can't go to the school where they're going to get the best education. There is a point where both those people who are impacted say no more. You started this, Omega, because this is not what's on my paper. Where those people say no more, and where those people call allies say, I got you. Say, I got you. And together, we are moving through and moving up and moving out into a new way of being. I invite us to consider that what we're doing up here in this place called Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is moving to a higher level of being, moving to a broader way of service and being in the universe and in the world. I want to say that we're doing that here, not just, and hear this, not just because we're initiating, and I believe it's an initiation, a new minister, but because we're continuing on the path that was planted, the path that was laid out years ago at the inception of this community. What is Reverend Lillian's last name? Harper. Reverend Dr. Harper. Hopper. Reverend Dr. Lillian Hopper literally planted this community here in this place with the idea that this here thing called science of mind or religious science is something that changes minds, grows spirits, and makes a difference in the world. And mind you, she did it against all odds. She did it when people were saying, you know, that's a hole in the ground up there, right? That's just a big old hole in the ground, and we're not even sure if it's steady ground. We're not even sure if it's the kind of ground that you can build a foundation in. And she said, mind your business, I got this. Now, those may not have been her exact words, but she said, me and my God Me and my God. She said, there is a power for good in the universe and I can use it. And I am using it to create this thing at that time called First Church of Religious Science, right? And then along came Orrin Moen. Orrin Moen. And now we're talking about the times we live in, who would give his talk and then stand outside of that door, smoke a cigarette as he greeted people coming out the door. How do I know? Because that's when I got here, right? And then we had Queen Meg, Reverend Dr. Margaret Stortz. I see you shaking your heads. Yes, who, as the Leo, the Queen, brought her own mark that resonates through this building, right? That resonates through this building. And then we had Reverend Jeff Anderson. Joan Stedman. I knew that. I wrote that down. And Joan, forgive me. Reverend Dr. Joan Stedman, who came out of the Agape House, who is back in the Agape House, but forevermore emeritus status in the Centers for Spiritual Living House, right? So we had Joan Stedman. She came in, and now we want to talk about upsetting things. She took the pews out and put the chairs in. We're laughing now, but we weren't laughing then. We're talking about how things change and grow and expand, y'all. We're talking about how this seed that was planted, this place that is now Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, has grown and expanded and been a continuous part of the expanding consciousness, as was prayed in so nicely this morning, thank you, Judith, in the city of Oakland, in the state, in the nation, and on the planet. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. After Reverend Dr. Joan Stedman, we had Jeff Anderson, right? And he was an overlapping classmate of mine, and of Sunshine Michelle's, and of Reverend Jerry's. And what that means is, and I'm going to say for me personally, I use Reverend Jeff's notes. He took the most magnificent notes and shared them for all those special classes like Mind in the Cosmos. He took the most magnificent notes. I want to say, and some of the folks that you hear from might deny it, but I'm going to say that I would estimate that, I don't know, maybe 35, 40% of the people that happen to be at Holmes Institute at the same time owe a little bit of gratitude to Reverend Jeff for our outstanding grades on some of those final papers. Yes? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I'm going to digress a little bit. I'm going to talk about how we teach that there's no accidents, that there are no accidents. This is a part of our teaching, yeah? That things happen for a reason. It was no accident that Reverend Jerry Carter was already scheduled to speak on the Sunday after Reverend Jeff made his transition. It was no accident that hers got to be the voice to hold the congregation, that hers got to be the spirit to say, we will move through this together. Yes? Yes. Yes. There are no accidents. There are no accidents. And so at this point, I'm going to invite both of these two women here to come up here and join me. So my sisters, come on over here. I want to be in the middle. I'm the bridge. I'm the bridge. I'm the bridge here. You love this? Yeah, I know you do, because you love spontaneity. See, I know something about both of them. I know stuff all about them. The thing I want to share with you, in addition to this one being the one to be there, this one being the one to be there for these last 2 years, this one being the one to be the heart and the ease and the grace. And the grace and the ease, not in the easiness, not in the easiness of it at all, but in the way that she makes it look effortless. In the way that she makes it look like, oh, there's nothing to it. And then she shows up cute. I noticed she got her britches on today. And then she shows up elegant. And that elegance transforms everyone that she touches. And so I'm saying gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And then what I want to say about this one, this one, and I'm telling, I'm telling today. That's fine. This one shared with me that Spirit told her to apply. That Spirit told her to apply, right? Do you hear what I'm saying? This is Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, right? One of the other things that we have in common is a human resources background. And in that human resources background, one of the things that we've learned is that we have to listen. So I'm telling you that what you're getting is someone that knows how to listen. One of the things that we get in our human resources background is that we learn we have to bring all the parties together, right? So I'm telling you that you got somebody that's skilled, years of knowing how to bring all the parties together, because I know that's what time it is here at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. It is time for all the parties to come together so that together we step forward into that greater yet to be, that is not only an opportunity to grow the planet, but a responsibility. And so I just want to invite you to reach out your hands to these two women and repeat after me. Reverend Jerry and Reverend Sunshine, we love you. We see you. We know who you are. And we thank God for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want you to acknowledge yourselves for a job well done. Zoe already said it. He already brought that. I want you to just know that not only have you done a stellar job in your process, but it's one that we're going to copy at East Bay. I was talking to the president of the board of directors yesterday. That having things available on video for people to see is amazing and wonderful. And again, you set a standard. And so I simply invite you to continue setting a standard. I know that there are ways in which you can't help yourself because it is your charge. And so I'm going to wrap up on this verse from the book of Isaiah. In the book of Isaiah, the 40th chapter, the 31st verse says, "But those who wait on the Lord," but those who wait on the Lord, and we know that the Lord is that internal presence as well as the thing that connects us, each one to the other, as well as the universe that lifts, loves, and guides us. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. In fact, they shall be refreshed. They shall walk and not faint. This is who and whose you are, Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. And I thank you. I thank you for being a power and a presence in this planet at this time and shifting these consciousnesses. And as they say in the old church, let us pray. So I thank you, thank you, thank you. With the attitude of gratitude, Mother, Father, God, I know, declare, and I accept that absolutely all is well. All is outstanding, all is delicious, all is fabulous, all is moving in the exact right and perfect expansive way. I know that Oludumare, the good to which there is no opposite, that resonates in, through, and as each one of us, wherever we may be in relationship to this community, and I'm including those that don't even know they're going to be here next week. Wherever we stand in relationship to this community, we are saying yes, yes, yes to wholeness, yes to healing, and yes to our unique and perfect leadership role in the world. I'm blessing every prayer that's been received, everyone that has a prayer request either in the prayer box, either are writing it down in the moment or holding it in the heart. I know that that prayer is completely, totally, and fully manifested. And as I know that each one of us as emanations of the divine are absolutely serving as stewards for each other. I know that there is perfect healing wherever physical healing is called for. I know that there is perfect healing in relationships as new ways and levels of communication are identified. I know that there is a healing in our financial affairs wherever that may be called for. I bless each one that we contribute to. I bless our community partners. I bless, I bless, I bless, I bless. I say a word of gratitude for the alpha on the piano and the omega in the voice. I say thank you, Mother, Father, God, for all of the goodness that is unfolding in this here place called Oakland Center of Spiritual Living. I release this word to the immutable, perfect, and impeccable law that always, always, and in always simply says yes. Ashe, amen, amin, aho. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the beautiful prayer and the beautiful welcoming and everything, Reverend D. Jacqueline. You are amazing, amazing. So my plan was to come up and read our community prayer, and Reverend D pretty much covered it in her beautiful words, but I do want us to just go within and embrace these individuals in need of our prayer this day. And these individuals that are in need of love and comfort, peace of mind and healing, for Gail Floyd, for Shauna H., for Leela, Ray, and Maurice, for Phyllis and Volmy, for both Tom and Paul, brothers of our beloved Anthony Prado. Just let us continue to hold these beloveds in our prayers, along with our world, along with our community, along with each other, just knowing that God's grace is truly our sufficiency. And if you'd like to take a moment now to whisper the name or names of anyone on your heart in need of a prayer, please take this moment now. And as the names continue to be whispered into the sacredness of this sanctuary, we are also knowing for Aura Wheeler peace of mind and comfort for her son Jerry and their entire family. So let us now just celebrate the presence and the power and the love and the light of this divine one, giving great thanks for all that has taken place on this magnificent day. How beautiful it is. And I'm just letting this prayer go into that universal law of love that always says yes to our heart's desires. How good God is. Ah, how good God is. And please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen. Oh, what a day. What a beautiful day. Thank you all. And guess what? It is our conscious giving time. Yes, woo! Our conscious giving time. This is a time where we get to give from the heart, we get to support our spiritual community, and we do in a myriad of ways with all our beautiful volunteers, all the time and the talent, and the treasure is very helpful for us too, as you know. So this is a time of giving of your treasure to our spiritual community. So let us all hold our gift to our heart, and please let's share in our giving statement. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies this offering. It blesses all that I am, all that I give, and all that I circulate. Thank you, love, as me. And as you know, we have baskets in the bank of the sanctuary and at this exit door, so we thank you so very much for your gifts. We also have other opportunities to give on our website, lots of them. So you can go to the donation button and it will direct you to all those wonderful modalities of giving. Now, I do want to say a word for our Galaxy Prosperity poster. As you can see, there's some gold stars on there. So as you turn in your pledge card, and I don't have one with me, but they're in the backs of the seats, and they've also been mailed to everyone. As you turn in your pledge card, you get a star to put on our Galaxy poster. And I know we're really getting close to $100,000 for 2023 right now. That helps us budget, yes. And so we need more than that, though, to really support all the goodness that's about to take place. So your pledge card, which you have received in the mail, and as I said, so many have already come in, and they're in the backs of the seats. Now, there's something very special when you turn in your pledge card. There's a basket at the bottom of the poster, and in that basket is a beautiful gift that was designed by Linda Wyman and I in discussing what would be a nice gift. And there's a little bag with stars on it, and in that bag is an affirmation rock for you. So it's on the honor system. When you do your pledge, please go reach in and get something special, a special affirmation for you. That's our gift to you, and thank you all very much for your givingness. Okay, and our amazing musicians are back.
What a blessing to be here on this day. Thank you so much. People get ready, there's a train coming. Don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith, to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. People get ready, there's a train to Jordan, picking up passengers, coast to coast. Faith is the key, open the doors and board them. There's hope for all among those who love the most. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances grow thinner, but there is no hiding place against the kingdom's throne. People get ready, yeah, there's a train a-coming. Don't need no baggage, just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, just thank the Lord. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 Come on and clap your hands. This beautiful Sunday morning. Yeah, yeah. People get ready. People get ready. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on aboard. Yeah. There's a train coming, yeah. Come on and get aboard, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ready, ready. Oh, get ready, ready. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Thank you.
Excuse me for the delay. We have a video to show for our nonprofit today. Is that correct? Next week? Oh, okay, here we go, our nonprofit partner this month.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? It's great to be here with you. My name is Ariel Lucky. I am the development director at Segura Land Trust. My pronouns are he and him. and I'm Ashkenazi Jewish and Irish, Dutch, Scottish, and English. And I'm really excited to take just a minute or two today to share with you the work of Segorite Land Trust. So grateful for you all to make space in the service this morning to have us share. So I'm going to share my screen and just get into it. This is Segorite Land Trust, an urban indigenous women-led land trust that facilitates the return of indigenous land to indigenous people. You can see here a picture of Karina Gould and Janella LaRose, our co-founder and co-directors. Karina is Lishan Ohlone, so this is her ancestral homeland, and Janella is Shoshone-Bannock. They've both been doing grassroots sacred sites activism and protection work here in the Bay Area for over 2.5 decades. Through the practices of rematriation, cultural revitalization, and land restoration, Segorite calls on Native and non-Native peoples to heal and transform the legacies of genocide, colonization, and patriarchy, and to do the work our ancestors and future generations are calling us to do. We are here in Oakland on Ohlone land in the territory of the Confederated Villages of Lishan Nation. That's Karina Gould's tribe. And one piece of context is to know is that none of the Ohlone tribes in the Bay Area are federally recognized. Lishan is a state recognized tribe, but none of them are federally recognized. That means that there is no reservation, there is no land base. And that's a key part of understanding Segorite, is really about rebuilding a land base for the intertribal indigenous communities that live here in the Bay. This is a picture of the first piece of land that was returned and rematriated to Segorite Land Trust. This is in deep East Oakland, and you see the circle of people standing there. This is a picture of some of our staff members working on the land and doing the land stewardship and the cultural revitalization work. Part of the work is about bringing the Chochenyo language back, bringing the relationships to the plants and the animals and the ceremonies and the history of the land back. And we have ceremonial spaces. Our staff are growing food, are growing native plants, are gathering and processing and making medicines and all kinds of really important work. Segorite also is building a base of houses for intertribal indigenous families to live in because housing scarcity and insecurity is a really significant factor here. We also have a program called Hametka, which is a climate disaster emergency response program at each of our land sites. We have solar panels and water tanks and first aid supplies. As part of the ways that we engage our community and support is the Segorite Land Trust created the Shumi land tax. Shumi is the Chochenyo word for gift, and it's an invitation for people who are not indigenous, who live on this land and this territory, to make an annual contribution to Segorite to pay Shumi and to support the work on the ground. There's also the Rematriate the Land Fund, which goes specifically to land acquisition and rematriating land and all of the associated costs that come along with that. As you know, the Bay Area is an expensive place to live, and land and real estate in particular is very, very expensive. So we rely on our communities to help us be able to purchase and acquire and return land back into indigenous hands. We hope to build relationships with you. Please check out our website. There's a lot of really amazing resources. There's a rematriation land resource guide. There's a how to come correct guide. There's articles and videos and all kinds of information. We're also on Instagram and Facebook and all of the places. And we look forward to connecting with you. Thank you so much. And yeah, have a beautiful day.
So I would like to invite us to give a hand again for this nonprofit organization. I know one thing I learned from just watching this video was the word rematriate. I've always heard the word repatriate. and indigenous people, cultures and clans tended to be matrilineal. And to say rematriate is awesome. I love that. And thank you to whoever nominated this nonprofit. I know we just closed our nominations recently, and we're having a nonprofit partner for each month. So I'm really happy to learn about this one. I knew nothing about them, so I hope to learn more. So now I want to thank everybody, all of you who are attending, either in person or at home online. And I want to thank everybody who's participated in the service in any way in putting it together. You know, we have so many people, and I'm not going to try to name everyone, but it takes a village, and it's been such a wonderful service. So thank you all who participated in putting this on. And I particularly want to thank Reverend Jacqueline for your wonderful talk today and for your wonderful blessing and spontaneous acknowledgement of Reverend Jerry and Reverend Sunshine Michelle and bringing them to the stage. That just was so perfect. Thank you so much. And also, Reverend Jacqueline, I want to thank you for your spontaneity in following Omega's lead on the tree standing by the water. And it fits so perfectly with Roots and Wings, and showing us that picture of you with the roots and the eagle. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. And now, and I hope you come back again soon. And so I want to also invite everybody to join practitioners in the little room at the back of the sanctuary after service for a quick prayer. If there's anything on your heart that you'd like prayer for, it can be something joyful, it can be gratitude, or it can be something that's challenging you. But please feel free to join the practitioners. We love to pray with you. And that's available every service every Sunday after service. Let's see what else I have here. We have our theme for the month is home. And I'd like you to read with me our closing affirmation, which I think is going to be on this slide here. My home brings out the best in me and others. And so it is. Yeah, and the home, of course, the home is within. The home is within. One of our homes is within. Our main home is within. And then we have our external homes. I'd like to remind everybody that you can meet and greet Reverend Jacqueline outside after service if you'd like to. Just say hello, say hi and bye. She will be here to meet and greet. And we also have our bookstore, our bookstore and treasure gift store open after service, I believe. Is Linda here? Are we open after service? Okay, yes, we'll be open after service. You can pick up many treasures there. So now with that, I would like to invite back to the stage. They're already here. Oh, and wait, before they do their last piece, let's give them such a warm thank you and welcome. This music today was so heart-opening, so touching. And I hope you're back. I hope you're back soon too. Thank you.
We can all stand for our last song together. If you're able. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. 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 Have a beautiful Sunday.